You're getting there, Zee. You're getting there.
Hands up for questions. Hands up. Questions?
Salmaan, you haven't played. You asked this question of Marnie the other day, and you're putting it in the same answer.
Yeah.
You haven't played since the Glasgow game, which must be a good five weeks ago now.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be back in action? And is it a challenge and a tool that you haven't actually been on the field, or does the intensity of the training just make you ready?
Yeah, look, obviously, I do think it can be a challenge. Obviously, training is a bit different to match fitness. But within saying that, I think we've been training at a particular standard that should get you ready. So I'm really excited to get going. It's been a while. It's been 5 weeks since I played a game. But I do feel ready, and I feel excited.
Someone, I was trying to remember if you had come up with the Stormers for one of the games here, but what type of vibe were you sort of expecting here at a place which hasn't had much Bok rugby in many years, but has a lot of passionate fans? And from your experience, if you did come with the Stormers, from what you saw here.
No, I played for the Stormers against the Dragons a couple of years ago. And it was amazing. I mean, you could clearly see that there hasn't been many rugby matches here in Quebec. Port Elizabeth, Quebec. So the people are really excited, and they're really fond about their rugby, and they know their rugby. So they're avid supporters of the Springboks, whether it be the Stormers. So they'll come out in their numbers. I'm pretty sure it's going to be an amazing vibe. Yeah.
You just playing in his 100. Obviously, you guys want to make it as special as you can for him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, of course. I spoke earlier about Willie and the team man that he is, and just the journey that he had. Myself, as a boy from Paul, I grew up watching Willie playing for Boland, and he was a hero to me and to many others in this particular Springbok squad. And just to see his journey and his growth, and to get to 100 test matches, unbelievable. I mean, if you get to play once for the Springboks, it's incredible, but to do it 100 times just shows the class of the player. And I think he'll bring a lot of experience, which we need. I think we've got a good blend of young players and some experienced heads within the team. So Willie will be very crucial for us.
So I was going to ask you the same question. Obviously, you walked a similar road, a long road with Willie in 2016 when you were the team. I mean, what do you see as the biggest improvements over those 8 or 9 years?
Yeah. For Willie Leroux now to be able to play 100 test matches, people don't understand. It's a massive achievement, for him and his family. And I've been there. The funny thing is that the first time I met him, actually, it was back in my sevens days when I used to play for Springbok Sevens. And Willie at that time was playing for Matties Sevens. So I know him since a young age. And we know what the gentleman has been through in his career. If you look at 2019, a lot of people were always crucifying him and criticizing him, And but we knew as a coaching staff what we've got in him, And a lot of people, yes, they always compliment the Cheslins, the Mapimpis, and how much tries they score, but they don't really understand the person that normally sees different pictures on the field, which is Willie. That's one thing about him. He's a very, very smart rugby player. And I'm happy to see him to be able to achieve what he's going to achieve this weekend. And I know he will probably love to play probably in front of his own crowd in Cape Town in Strandhond. But yeah, there's no place. If you can't ask for any other better place like PE, I know this place is a very, very passionate place when it comes to rugby. The people, they love the game. The vibe already on the streets. You can see there's a big hype for the game. And I'm happy to see also the people of Kaleha getting an opportunity to watch our team, because I remember the last time we played there, it was 2021, and it was during COVID. The stands were empty at that time. So I'm very, very happy for the people of Port Elizabeth also, which is Kaleha. And hopefully we can make it special for Willie. He's been massive in our system. And I'm happy for what he's going to achieve tomorrow.
Coach, how just the emotional space that a lot of you guys come from the province and just coming back home, playing in front of everyone else.
Yeah,
If you can experience.
no, it's special, most especially for me, because I am who I am because of the opportunities I was given here in PE, and I know they go through tough times not having a franchise, and not getting a lot of test matches, but we know the people of Eastern Cape, they very, very passionate when it comes to the game of rugby. So for me, it's close to my heart, and I'm happy for them to get the opportunity, and hopefully we can make it special for them.
Salmaan, one thing I think that took a lot of observers by surprise last week was the physicality of the Italian team. People, I think, was such a young team, maybe they were underestimated.
Yeah.
But how big do you think the physical element will be in this game?
No, I think it'll be massive. I don't think we underestimated them. I really think they're a quality side. If you look at the makeup of the team, it's majority Benetton and Zebre, which means that they're in sync. They know each other really well. They've been together for a long time now, and they've got some quality players, quality game breakers, big back and forwards. So we expect the same this weekend. They pride themselves on their set pieces, their kicking game. That's probably one of their biggest aspects of their game, and of course the breakdown. And I think we probably just gonna have to match fire with fire, and if they come, we need to come harder.
Speaking about that, Rassi spoke after the game about just how things went at Loftus. You say you guys have a clearer picture now as to what you need to do on Saturday in terms of getting back to standard that you guys want to put up on the field.
Yeah, look, it does help if you play them the previous week. You get a bit of a feel for what they do and what their plans are. Obviously, things can change this coming weekend, but all teams have an identity, and like I said, they pride themselves on their physicality. Their breakdown is really good, really good. They disrupted us there, and that's probably one area that we worked on really hard this week. So we'll look to counter that, and then their kicking game, which is excellent. But I'm fairly confident with our back three, who's really experienced and have been there before. They can match that. Yeah.
Coach, it's a case of doing the last better or doing things differently.
I think, but the most important thing for us is to make sure. Remember, last week it was our second game. The first one was against Barbers, and then it was our first test match officially for the year. And the first half, if I look at the first half, I think the intensity, how we started the game, I think that's exactly what was one of our main focus. But I think the second half we didn't follow up nicely on it. The way we started, to be able to 28-3 halftime score, and second half you saw the way Italians were playing. And I've said it also before the game last week in the media conference that a lot of people they haven't seen how much this team is growing. The Italian side, under the new coaching staff, and we've seen them, we've analyzed them, we've seen what they were doing during Six Nations. They had good results. Even when they played against teams like Ireland, they probably were close until probably to the 80th minute. And so we know they're very quality side. Moon touched on it again, where they've got a very well organized kicking game, and you saw even their outside backs, the way they've got energy when they get an opportunity, and they're very, very quick, and so, yeah, I think for us, the key thing, like I said again, I think we need to make sure that we do better and improve on how we want to play the game. And remember, again, we are on our second game of the season. I'm talking about test match wise, and the last game of the season. So it's very important for us to keep on improving on how we want to play the game. And once again, while we're doing that, while we're trying to win, and also making sure that we also still give other guys opportunities also.
Let's take one more question, Gavin, and then round us off.
Salmaan, you guys, we being the non-playing guys, as Moni reminded us during the week, were Italy in
Yeah.
training, building up to Loftus. Was there anything that they did at Loftus that you guys hadn't actually sort of like prepared for or prepared the team for? I mean, were there surprise elements there?
Yeah, I think I know I mentioned the breakdown, and I think that's probably the one area that they shocked us a bit. They slowed down our ball. We couldn't get going, especially in their 22 meter. So that's probably the one area that we're very very wary of. And like I said, we worked really hard at that. But being the non-players last week, it does give you an upper hand a little bit as to what's to come this weekend. But certainly the breakdown will be a massive battle this weekend.
Round us off, and then